Some people dive into relationships because they can't bear being alone. They hope that the other person will fill that void. But when you rush into a relationship without figuring out what you want and what your values are, you often end up realizing the person you're with isn't quite the match you hoped for. When your values don't align, it's only natural that things fall apart. If you want a lasting relationship, here are 8 mistakes to avoid. These tips apply before you get into a relationship, while you're in it, and even after a breakup when you're preparing for the next one. Number 1, don't rush into a relationship. After a breakup, it's natural to feel lonely and crave companionship. You might start swiping on dating apps, hoping the next person will be the one. But rushing into a new relationship to fill that emptiness often leads to a cycle of meeting the same kind of people with unresolved issues.
Why is it that everyone I meet is emotionally unavailable?
Why is she not responding to my text messages?
The universe has a funny way of giving you not what you want, but a perfect match of who you currently are. If you haven't taken the time to figure out who you are, what your values are, and worked on becoming the person you want to attract, guess what? The next person you meet will be a mirror reflecting those unresolved issues, especially if you haven't dealt with past emotional baggage. The problem isn't them, it's you. Instead of jumping right back into the dating pool, use this time to figure out who you are and what you truly want. Reflect on past relationships and identify the patterns you want to change. Maybe you are feeling a little insecure or you need someone to give you undivided attention. Whatever it is, work on healing yourself first. Learn and grow from it.
I just can't wait to be in a relationship already. I want to make sure I say all the right things to secure this relationship.
Number 2, don't skip the whys of your relationship. You wouldn't start a road trip not knowing where you're headed. The same goes for your relationship. If you don't know why you're in it, things can get messy fast. Ask yourself this: why do I want to be in a relationship? What do I want out of this relationship? Why am I with this person? When you understand the why, you set the foundation for a relationship that is purposeful and fulfilling. It's not just about being together, it's about building something meaningful and sharing life's journey together. When tough times come, as they inevitably will, remembering your why can be the anchor that keeps you steady. So before you dive into the next chapter of your relationship, take a moment to reflect on your purpose together. It'll save you a lot of headaches down the road.
I can't imagine a life without her. I am willing to do anything so I don't lose her.
Number 3, don't lose yourself in the relationship. It's easy to fall head over heels and forget that you exist outside of your partner. But no one likes a relationship where one person becomes a shadow of the other. Your partner might start feeling suffocated if you treat them like they're the oxygen you need to survive. Keep your hobbies, friends, and me time intact. A healthy relationship is one where both partners are whole, independent people who choose to share their lives, not needing each other constantly to keep them afloat. Think of it like 2 trees growing side by side. If one tree starts leaning too much on the other, it stunts its own growth and puts pressure on the other tree. But when both trees stand tall and strong, they create a beautiful, balanced landscape. The same goes for relationships. When you maintain your independence, you bring more to the table. You have your own stories, experiences, and energy to share, which keeps the relationship growing. So make sure to keep doing the things that make you, you. Your relationship will be better for it. Sometimes I wish my partner could be more understanding. Number 4, don't avoid communication. Sometimes we assume our partner knows what we're thinking. It is important that we learn how to communicate, whether it's about where to go for dinner or how you're feeling about your future together. Express it. Imagine you're in a restaurant and the waiter brings you a dish you didn't order. Instead of saying anything, you decided to just sit there, picking at your food and feeling upset. The same thing happens in relationships. If you don't communicate, resentment builds up, and small issues will eventually turn into big problems. When you communicate with your partner, you turn potential conflicts into conversations, and conversations into understanding. Also, it's not just about talking. Listening is just as important. Make sure you're both on the same page, and don't be afraid to express your needs and feelings. Open communication is the key to any lasting relationships. Number 5, don't play the blame game. Ever notice how easy it is to point fingers when things go wrong? Blaming your partner might make you feel good for a moment, but it builds resentment. Instead, catch yourself before you point your finger. Try to see things from their perspective. A relationship is a team sport. If one player is constantly blaming the other, the relationship will not survive in the long run. Instead of playing the blame game, focus on finding solutions together. Remember, It's not about who's right or wrong, it's about working together to make things better. Take ownership of your role in the relationship and allow your partner to play their role. This creates a more balanced and harmonious dynamic where both of you will feel valued and understood.
I remember when we first started dating, we were just so thankful of each moment spent together.
Number 6, don't forget to appreciate the small things. We all love grand gestures, but sometimes it's the little things that matter most. Saying thank you for the small stuff like taking out the trash or making your favorite coffee goes a long way. Appreciation is the glue that holds relationships together. Imagine if every day were like your birthday, with everyone going out of their way to make you feel special. That's the kind of energy appreciation brings into a relationship. It's easy to get caught up in the daily grind and forget to acknowledge the little things your partner does for you. But those small acts of kindness and love are what keep the relationship strong and connected. Don't wait for a big anniversary to show your love. Celebrate the little moments daily. A simple thank you or I appreciate you can make all the difference. When both partners feel appreciated, the relationship becomes a place of mutual respect and love. Sometimes I feel bored of our relationship. How can we keep it interesting? Number 7, don't stop growing together. Just because you've been together for years doesn't mean you should stop learning about each other. People change, grow, and evolve, and so should your relationship. Avoid getting stuck in a rut by continuing to explore new things together. Whether it's trying a new hobby, traveling to new places, or simply having deep conversations, keep the curiosity alive. Think of your relationship like a garden. If you don't water and nurture it, it withers. The same goes for love. As individuals, we're constantly growing and evolving, and it's important that our relationships grow with us. This doesn't mean you have to change who you are. It just means staying open to new experiences and learning about each other in new ways. Try new things together, whether it's taking a dance class, cooking a new recipe, or even just going on a spontaneous weekend trip. These shared experiences keep the relationship fresh and exciting. When you grow together, you strengthen the bond that keeps you connected.
Sometimes I look at how amazing my partner has become. I worried they might leave me.
Number 8, don't doubt your worth. This is a big one. If you don't believe you're worthy of love, you'll settle for less than you deserve. Doubting your worth can lead to unhealthy dynamics and insecurity in your relationship. Remember, you bring something unique and valuable to the table. Don't ever let self-doubt convince you otherwise. Imagine you're at a buffet, but you only grab the stale crackers because you don't think you deserve the good stuff. That's what it's like when you doubt your worth in a relationship. You settle for less because you don't believe you deserve more. But here's the truth. You're worthy of a love that's deep, fulfilling, and respectful. Cultivate a sense of worthiness by focusing on your strengths and what you bring to the relationship. When you believe in your value, you attract a partner who sees it too. A relationship built on mutual respect and self-worth is one that can stand the test of time. Here's a quick recap. Number 1, don't rush getting into the next relationship. Take the time to know yourself and what you truly want before jumping into a relationship. It's better to wait for the right person than to settle out of loneliness. Number 2, don't skip the why of your relationship. Keep in mind the reason you're in a relationship, whether it's for companionship, love, or growth, so you can both work toward a shared vision. Number 3, don't lose yourself in the relationship. It is important to maintain your own identity and interests as they enrich your relationship and keep you grounded in who you are. Number 4, don't avoid communication, as it is essential to understanding each other's needs, desires, and concerns, which strengthens your bond. Number 5, don't play the blame game. Instead of pointing fingers during conflicts, focus on finding solutions together to maintain harmony and mutual respect. Number 6, don't forget to appreciate the small things. Show gratitude for the little acts of love and kindness. It's these daily moments that build a strong and lasting connection. Number 7, don't stop growing together. Continue to evolve as individuals and as a couple by exploring new experiences and supporting each other's growth. Number 8, don't doubt your worth. Recognize your value and ensure that you're treated with respect and love, because a healthy relationship starts with self-worth. Relationships aren't always easy, but with a little effort and a lot of love, they can be incredibly rewarding. By avoiding these mistakes, you're setting the foundation for a relationship that's not only lasting, but also deeply fulfilling. So go out there, love boldly, and remember, you're worth it.